So we've talked about unconventional hips. What problems were we working on? Was that page 295 that we worked on there? Yeah, which page was that on? Page 300? Okay, page 300. Any of them? We're doing A through D? Okay, so we're going to do A, number 1A. Finding, again, the length of the hip corner and then the setback, or the, sorry, not the setback, hip corner and the decrease on each side, the main roof decrease and the hip roof decrease. So they're giving us a little bit different information. We were giving the slope of each roof. And they do give us the slope of the main roof is 712. The run of the common, which is this distance here, is 13 feet. What that tells us is that this whole span is 26 feet. The setback is 10 feet, so that's from here to here, that's 10 feet. That's actually making it easier on us. I forced you guys to find the setback yourself from the two slopes. Here, the setback's given, so it makes it a little bit easier. So our first step is still going to be to analyze this common rafter here. So that common rafter, we can actually just look at one side of it if we want to, has a run of 13 feet. We're looking for the height. It is a 712 slope. 7 over 12 equals h over 13. So we will multiply. 7 times 13 is 91. Divided by 12 is 7 point. This is going to make me work today, aren't you? Oops. Divided by 12, not 7.
7.58.
There you go. 7.5833. That is our height. So now we need to find the length of that common, which is going to be the square root of 13 squared plus 7.5833 squared. So now, since that's already in my calculator, I'm going to do this. Second square root, second answer squared, so I'm squaring that, plus the 13 squared. 15.050 feet. There's my length of my common. So that would be this distance right here, 15.050. I'll get rid of this mess. It's out of the way. Well, this also now tells us some information about this main, the longest jack here. By the way, we could find the hip corner here right now. The hip corner there, 10 squared plus 15.050 squared and square root. I want to leave it up to you guys. You can handle that, right? Do you want me to find it? No? You got it? Good. I should find the hip corner. The hip rafter, that's the corner. Yeah. Same thing. Yep. So anyway, let's find that longest jack. That longest jack has a run that's equal to the setback of 10 and a height that's equal to the height of this one, 7.5833. So the length of that is simply going to be the square root of 10 squared plus 7.5833 squared. Oops, squared. Giving us 12.550. So there we go. Now that we have those, we're ready to find decreases. Let's find the decrease on the hip roof side. That's going to be 13. If we're going to 2-foot spacing, that'll be 11. So you have the 13 and the 12.550. We have 11 and x. We can find x by doing 13 goes to 11 as 12.550 is to x. And we shall cross multiply and divide. Times 11 divided by 13. 10.619. Yep. Yep. That's this one. That's this one right here. So this remember, it's sloping up. The height is the 7.583, so it's going to be the same height as the common, right?
That's not the same as 10 feet?
The 10 feet is the setback. That'll be the run on the bottom.
And it's not the same there?
Here? Yeah, this 10 feet is the same as the setback. Because that's just going from here to here, flat. Remember, this one is going up the slope. We're looking for the slope going up the roof. I lent my model out to the Success Center, so I don't have my model with me right now. But actually, I do have the unconventional model here. We can look at this one. So the 10 feet is the flat distance from here to here. This height is the same as the height of the common. Now this height right here is the same whether it come from this way or this way. So this height, the 7.5833, came from the common rafter over there. And this is the setback right here. So it's this squared plus that squared equals this slope distance. So that's where that 12.550 came from. So then we get the next one. You understand the ratios, the proportions here to get to the 10.619? Yeah, to get the 11. Yep. So that means our decrease is 12.550 minus 10.619. 1.931. So that's 1 foot, 0.931 times 12 is 11 inches. So minus the 11 times 16. 2.7, so 3/16. So 1 foot 11 and 3/16 is what we get for the decrease on the hip roof side. Main roof side now, we have this one here. There's going to be 10 by 1505. And then the next one, of course, is going to be 8 feet, 2 feet less, by X. So 10 goes to 8, is 15.050 goes to X. Cross multiplying and dividing. 8 times 15.050 divided by 10. 12.04. So our decrease is 15.050 minus 12.040, or 3.010. Says 3 feet, 0 inches. If you multiply 0.10 times 12, it's 0.12, so it's 0 whole inches. 0.12 times 16 is 1.92, so it's 2/16 or 1/8 of an inch. So it's 3 feet and 1/8 of an inch is the decrease. Make sense?
The hip decrease is the 1 foot 11.
That's on the hip side. Yeah. And this is on the main roof side. Yeah, the 3 feet is the decrease on this side over here. And the 111 is the decrease over here. Yeah. Because the slopes are different, the decrease will be different on each side. Let's talk about valleys. Unconventional valleys. The most common unconventional valley will look like this. I'm just going to put the L on the end just to simplify the drawing. But let's say we have a 36-foot span here, and that this is a 612 slope. These are dealing with valleys now. And what we're going to do is we're going to match what we call matching peaks. So we're going to match the peaks to the 36 foot on an L that is only a 24 foot span. A lot of reasons why it's nice. I mean, just for aesthetics, it's nice to match the peak so the peak comes in at the peak of the main roof. But also structurally, it's a lot easier to build, to have tie into a ridge beam instead of having to doing one of your valley rafters as a beam to support the ridge beam on the L. It's just a lot simpler. So obviously the slope out here on the L roof is going to be much steeper than 612 in order to get up to that same peak in a 24 foot span compared to the 36 foot. Everybody with me so far? So then, we're going to start out with the common rafter here. The only reason we're starting out with the common rafter here is so we don't know the slope over here. We're going to use that then for the common rafter over here. We're going to start with this one though. 36 foot span, 612 slope, 18 foot run, height of 9. Where'd the 9 come from? 6 over 12 equals h over 18. If you cross multiply and divide, you're going to get 9. 612 means half the run, right? And then we need that length. That'll be the square root of 18 squared plus 9 squared. .125 feet. Now what? Yes, we do. Now we need to find the rafter over here on the L. We have the information for that now because the span is 24 feet. We now know that the height is 9 feet. The run here is going to be 12 feet. A squared plus B squared equals C squared will give us 15 feet for the common rafter. For those of you that are wondering where the heck I got that so quick, 9, 12, 15 is a common right triangle. Just like a 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 9, 12, 15. So that is 15 feet. So now it's just our similar triangles again. What's this distance here? This one right here, what is it? Not everybody at once. Plenty of time for everyone to participate. 12. Half of the 24, right? So that's 12 feet. So we've got 12 feet and 20.125. The next triangle is going to be what? 10 feet and x, right? This is only going to be 10 feet here now, 2 feet less. So now we have 12 goes to 10 as 20.125 goes to x. My handwriting really sucks. Try that again. There we go. And we'll cross multiply and divide. 10 times 20.125 divided by 12. $16.771. So they'll give us a decrease. 20.125 minus 16.771. Four, this is 0, 12, 5, 19, 10, 3, 3. So 3.354. So 3 feet. 354 times 12, 4. 3.9 would be 4/16, so 1/4 inch. So 3 feet, 4 1/4 inches is the jack decrease on the common roof side of the valley, the main roof side of the valley. So it's over here. Now we're on the L roof side of the valley. We have 15 here. Anybody want to guess what this length is? 18. Very good. So there's 15 and 18. The next triangle will be 16 here, 2 feet less than the 18, and this will be our X now. So 18 goes to 16 as 15 goes to X. 16 times 15 divided by 18. $13.33. So 15 minus 13.333 is 1.67 or 1 foot 8 inches. That's the decrease on the L roof side of things. What you thinking? You guys think you can handle these? No? Starting to sharp stick in the eye? Oh, that's an improvement. So what I want you to do on page 301, problem number 5. 301. Last page. Yeah, we're done with this packet after today. On number 5, I want you to do the hip end of that house. I want you to find the hip rafter length. There's that hip corner. I want you to find the main roof decrease for the hip. I'm going to put this over a little bit. So for the hip main roof decrease, and the hip roof decrease, which should be pretty easy on this one, and I'll let you guys figure out why. Then 2, for the valley. I'm not going to make you find the valley rafter, but I do want you to find the main roof decrease in the jacks and the L roof decrease in the jacks. You guys all know what I mean by the L, right? That's the little part that sticks out the side of the house. This thing is the L. Wait. So that's it for tomorrow. Figure those out. We actually won't quite have a test tomorrow. We'll talk about stairways tomorrow. Then we'll have a quiz on Monday or Tuesday.